This is Prep Rally brought to you by West Termite Pest and Lawn. Now, the road to the Rock hasn't opened yet, but cars are lining up for the start as we enter the final week of the regular season. After 9 weeks of play, the postseason picture is coming into focus, but in some conferences, there's still a lot of static or buffering if live streaming is not more your thing. Now, last Friday night in the 7A West, games went about as expected. Leading Fayetteville wrapped up the number 1 seed and at least a share of the conference title by blasting winless Rogers Heritage 42-14. Senior quarterback Bladen Fike passed for 5 touchdowns in the win. Now, Fayetteville can wrap up its first outright conference championship since 1963 this week with a home win against Springdale Har-Ber. Now, in Springdale on Friday, Rogers secured no worse than a number 4 seed in the 7A West by turning back Har-Ber 35-21. The Mounties moved to 4-2 in the 5A West with the win and can finish anywhere between 2nd and 4th in the conference with a win at home Friday against Heritage. So still a few moving parts there in the 7A West, but the picture is a little bit more clear. Now, in this win, Rogers sophomore safety Mabry Verser made a huge defensive play that helped secure the win as he stripped a Har-Ber receiver of the ball at the goal line to prevent a touchdown.
That play, you had a big strip of their receiver, looked like he was going to go into the end zone for a score. Kind of walk me through that play.
So what I was thinking was, I knew they were going to score. That's a big momentum change in the game. So I was really thinking, I'm going to have to get this ball out. So I'm right over there, just as hard as I can. Ball goes out, back in the end zone, so we get the ball.
Were you the guy in coverage on the play, or were you the safety on the play?
I was actually backside. I came over to help, and so I came over to catch him. And so I knew he was going to score. It's a big momentum change. So I came over, get the ball out of the end zone. So.
Rogers coach Chad Harbison said his team was able to put a tough loss to Bentonville the week before behind them to get ready for Har-Ber.
I'm really proud of our kids for just their resilience, for them just being able to bounce back this week, because a lot of times you have a game like that and it's hard to get up and come play a good team like we played tonight. And I'm just real proud of them for hanging in there and understanding what we needed to do.
You guys took the opening drive, went like 86 yards, something like that. How big was that to get the momentum right off the bat?
It was huge, and we knew to get the momentum here early was key for us, because usually in the past, we'll get over here and we'll get behind, and it's kind of like last week. We had to battle all the way to the end of the game just to get a chance. We knew we needed to start fast, and the kids knew that, and they responded.
Rogers senior Joshua Shepard, who's had an outstanding season for the Mounties, he had 227 yards rushing and a pair of touchdowns in the win. Now, photos like the ones seen in today's show can be seen and purchased on our website at nwaonline.com/photo. So be sure and check those out online or in the digital edition of the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. If you'd like to see more photos like these from the award-winning NWADG photographers, they are featured in our digital edition every day for subscribers to the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Now, Bentonville took care of business with a 49-7 win against Springdale, and the Tigers can lock up the number 2 seed in the 7A West with a win this Friday against rival Bentonville West. But a loss could send the Tigers into a lower seed. Bentonville coach Jody Grant said he was pleased with his team's balance on offense.
Jody, a quick look at the stats, and this is not really typical Bentonville football to be so air-oriented, but hey, it got the job done.
Yeah, we just want to do what gets the job done, but yeah, the opportunity was there for us to throw the ball around a little bit tonight. We had some success doing that, which was good. It's good to see that we can operate both through the air and on the ground. We needed to see that, needed to be able to do that, and we try to be more of a run-oriented team, but it's good to see we can do both.
Was it by design or simply what Springdale brought to you and said, hey, we got to change things up a little bit?
Combination of both. We wanted to get the ball to our dudes a little bit, and that meant through the air a little, and we felt like if we'll continue to run the ball, but that was working for us. We just stuck with it.
Also on Friday, Bentonville West eased past Fort Smith Southside 34-14 to set up a big game Friday against Bentonville with a high seed on the line. In the 6A West, Greenwood claimed a 42-0 win against Van Buren and can claim the number 2 seed from the 6A West with the win Friday night at home against Lake Hamilton. In the 5A West, Farmington handed coach J.R. Eldridge his 100th career win by rolling over Pea Ridge 49-22. In that game, Cameron Van Zant fired 3 touchdown passes for the Cardinals. In the 4A1, Shiloh Christian nailed down the number 1 seed as Eli Wisdom fired 3 touchdown passes and Bo Williams ran for 2 scores in a 62-12 win against Gravett. Also in the 4A1, Elkins claimed a 42-7 win against Gentry, and that sets up a huge road game this Friday at Prairie Grove, with the winner earning the number 2 seed in the conference. Down in the River Valley, Lamar and Ozark squared off in a huge 4A4 game, with the Hillbillies claiming a 30-14 win and the conference title. Riker Martin's interception return for a touchdown sparked the Hillbillies' win. Now, the game of the year in the 3A4 conference lived up to its billing as Boonville hosted Paris for the league championship, and the Bearcats dominated in a 41-22 win to secure the title. Bearcats coach Doc Crowley said his team was able to hit a big pass play to help them get some separation from Paris.
Yeah, the guys in the press box did a good job. You know, the corner was coming off the edge pretty hard, so gave us a big score right before the half. You know, we have a really good receiver, Race Blancett, who made a good play, and you know, we don't throw it a lot, but when we do, it's usually for big plays.
In the 3A1, Charleston took care of its business in a narrow 24-19 win against upset-minded West Fork. And Hackett quarterback Cole Ketchum and receiver Peyton Hester hooked up for 4 touchdowns, and Hester added a running score as the Hornets claimed a 66-42 win against Greenland. Their points are going back and forth. You can get even more prep sports news with our weekly Prep Rally podcast and Prep Rally Live on tape shows on the NWADG YouTube channel. Just click the subscribe button to access that content each week along with this show. Now, for the podcast, you can listen each week on SoundCloud, Apple, Google Play, Spotify, and Stitcher. The state volleyball tournament was held last week with the finals on Saturday at Hot Springs. The Fayetteville Lady Bulldogs defended their 6A state championship with a sweep of Springdale Har-Ber. Now, Fayetteville had lost twice to Har-Ber in the regular season, but on Saturday it was all Lady Dogs as they claimed a 25-17, 25-14, 28-26 sweep. In the other classifications, in Class 3A, Paris knocked off 2-time state champion Hackett in a 3-0 sweep. Tournament MVP Alyssa Comp celebrated her birthday on Saturday, and she got a state championship as a gift. In Class 2A, Mansfield earned a state title repeat with a 3-0 sweep of Centerton's Lifeway Christian, which was making its first state championship game appearance. And in Class 5A, Little Rock Christian edged Benton 3-2. And in Class 4A, Powerhouse Valley View won the program's 16th state volleyball championship in dominating fashion against Brooklyn. This week, the state cross-country championships will be held in Oaklawn Park at Hot Springs. As the fall sports come to a close, they will run on Thursday and Friday down at Oaklawn Park. That's it for this week's edition of Prep Rally. We'll be back next week as we recap the state cross-country meet and we look ahead to the first round of the state playoffs. Thanks for watching.